The human mind. It's what makes us who we are. It's the seat of our thoughts, emotions, creativity, and imagination. But how did this remarkable system develop? How does it function, day in and day out? And what are its true capabilities? In the next 10 minutes, we'll dive deep into the human mind, exploring its development over millions of years, the intricate biology and chemistry that power it, and the extraordinary things it allows us to do. The human mind didn't appear overnight. Millions of years ago, our ancestors had far simpler brains. But as early hominids evolved, so did their brains, and with that evolution came greater mental capacity. One of the most important changes was the expansion of the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for higher-order thinking, problem-solving, and planning for the future. This change wasn't sudden. It happened over hundreds of thousands of years. With each new evolutionary leap, early humans gained more complex thought patterns, the ability to create tools, and eventually, language. Language itself was a transformative milestone. While other animals communicate, humans developed the ability to convey abstract ideas, share stories, and transmit knowledge across generations. This is what allowed us to build societies, record our history, and even plan for the future in ways no other species could. But it's not just our species that evolves. The human mind also changes dramatically over the course of an individual's life. From the moment we're born, our brain starts making trillions of connections. These early years are crucial as we learn to interact with the world, develop motor skills, and start forming memories. As we grow into adolescence, the brain undergoes massive restructuring, particularly in the areas that govern emotional regulation and reasoning. This is why teenagers are more impulsive, but also more adaptable and creative. In adulthood, the brain continues to change, albeit more slowly. We keep learning, adapting, and forming new memories. Even into old age, the mind is still capable of incredible growth and adaptation. This concept of neuroplasticity is key. It means our brains are constantly reshaping themselves in response to experience. Every time you learn something new, every time you practice a skill, your brain is changing. This plasticity is why we can recover from injury, pick up new skills, and why lifelong learning is so important for maintaining mental sharpness. The human mind is powered by an extraordinary system of biology. At the core of this system are neurons, billions of tiny nerve cells that communicate through electrical signals. These neurons form networks, and those networks form the foundation of thought, memory, and emotion. Neurons communicate across tiny gaps called synapses, where they release chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. Each region of the brain plays a distinct role in the mind's operations. The prefrontal cortex, located right at the front of your brain, is like your control center. It helps you make decisions, plan for the future, and control your impulses. The hippocampus, buried deep in the brain, is crucial for memory formation. It's the part of your brain that stores your personal experiences, everything from your first day of school to what you had for breakfast this morning. The amygdala is the brain's emotional center. It processes fear, excitement, and emotional memories, playing a huge role in how we respond to the world around us. But the brain doesn't operate in isolation. It's a chemical factory, constantly churning out neurotransmitters, chemicals that influence how we think, feel, and act. Dopamine, for example, is responsible for motivation and reward. It's what drives us to achieve goals and feel satisfaction when we succeed. Serotonin plays a big role in mood regulation, helping us feel calm and happy. Oxytocin, sometimes called the love hormone, fosters social bonding and trust. The balance of these chemicals is critical. Too little serotonin can lead to feelings of depression, while too much dopamine can fuel impulsivity or even addiction. And it's not just our internal biology that affects these chemicals. The things we consume, from caffeine to alcohol to medications, all have a direct impact on our brain chemistry. For example, caffeine boosts alertness by blocking adenosine, a chemical that makes us feel sleepy. Alcohol, on the other hand, suppresses the central nervous system, slowing down our thought processes and impairing decision-making. Mental health is another crucial aspect of the mind's chemistry. When things go wrong, the mind can face challenges like depression, anxiety, or mood disorders. Understanding the biology behind these conditions has helped us develop treatments. But mental health is as complex as the mind itself, affected by a combination of genetics, environment, and even early experiences. But beyond the chemical and biological processes, the human mind has remarkable capabilities. Take memory, for example. The brain is capable of storing vast amounts of information, from simple facts to deeply emotional experiences. And then there's imagination, the ability to create entire worlds inside our heads. It's what allows us to innovate, to create art, to write stories, and even to envision the future. Imagination is a uniquely human trait, one that has driven everything from the creation of the wheel to the invention of space travel. And let's not forget cognition, the mind's ability to process information, make decisions, and solve problems. Our cognitive skills are what allow us to navigate the complexities of life, to weigh options, and consider consequences. In fact, problem solving is one of the things that sets us apart from other species. We don't just react to the world. We think about it, analyze it, and find new ways to adapt. Emotions, too, are a fundamental part of the mind. The human brain processes emotions in response to the world around us, helping us react to danger, form relationships, and even experience joy. Emotions like fear, anger, and happiness are all controlled by different regions of the brain, and while they can sometimes seem irrational, they serve important survival functions. But emotions are also what make life rich and complex. They're the reason we form deep connections with others, feel empathy, and experience art and beauty on a profound level. And what about the future of the human mind? Today, scientists and technologists are working on ways to enhance our mental capabilities. Brain-computer interfaces, for example, could one day allow us to control devices with our thoughts alone. Cognitive enhancement is another area of exploration through nootropics, brain stimulation, or even the potential merging of AI and the human mind. We could one day extend our intellectual capacities far beyond their natural limits. Imagine a future where we can unlock new areas of creativity, solve complex problems in ways we haven't even imagined yet, or perhaps even merge with advanced technologies to achieve a new level of intelligence. While these ideas sound like science fiction, they're closer to reality than we might think. Researchers are already developing tools and methods to expand our cognitive potential, paving the way for what could be the next great leap in human evolution. So, when we look at the human mind, we see more than just a collection of neurons, chemicals, and biological processes. It's a living system, one that allows us to learn, grow, feel, imagine, and even dream. It's the seat of our creativity, our intelligence, and our identity. As we continue to explore its mysteries, we're only beginning to understand its true potential. What will we discover next? Thank you for joining us on this journey into the human mind. Subscribe for more deep dives into the world of science.